So along with Monkey Madness 2, Jagex also released a new boss. Well, they're not really a boss, they're sort of just a monster that are very good. So you guys know them as the Demonic Gorillas. For those of you who have done Monkey Madness 2, you'll know that they're like sort of the first part of the final boss phase. They're the ones that change prayer on you after you attack them for a certain while of time, and they're, like I said, known as the Demonic Gorillas. Now you can actually kill these after the quests are over in the cave that you killed them before. And at the moment they're being camped pretty heavily because they drop ballista parts, and the ballista obviously is a very popular weapon at the moment since it just came out and people want to try it. So I went ahead and tried to kill 100 of them just to see the loot I get and just to see, you know, what kind of drops and if it's worth killing them. These guys remind me a bit of Tormented Demons from pre-EOC or regular RuneScape. If you guys remember, they were unlocked after the Wild Gothic Sleep quests, and basically what happens is when you attack them, after a certain amount of damage you do with an attack style or a weapon, then it will switch to that prayer. So let's say you do a certain amount of damage with a blowpipe, then they will switch to range prayer. If you use a certain amount of damage with a whip, they will switch to melee prayer, and so on. Now after 3 successfully blocked attacks, they will switch their attack style. So when you successfully block 3 of them, they'll go ahead and switch to a different one. Now since they can use protection prayers, you have to bring at least 2 different types of attack styles with you, and I've only pretty much seen whips and blowpipes so far, so I think those are the best, and that's what I brought, and they work totally fine. Now one other thing they do is actually they drop rocks from the ceiling, so if you don't move out of the way of those rocks, they will hit you for pretty high damage, like up to 30, so you always have to pay attention to that. At first they seem a bit annoying, but once you get used to the whole prayer switching thing, it really isn't too bad, and you can kill them without food if you correctly prayer switch. The annoying thing is that the cave at the moment is multi, and they are completely aggressive all the time, so let's say one gets on you, it could stay on you for the entirety of until they die, even if another player is on it. Like I've had 3 on me at one point, and 2 other people are attacking the other ones, and all 3 of the Demonic Gorillas are staying on me. So I'm sure that'll be fixed soon, but at the moment it's very annoying. It helps that when you have a full dungeon of people or in a full room and they just constantly camp one spawn, so there's never that issue. After 15 minutes in the cave though, they become unaggressive to you, so that is sort of useful. But I stayed there for 100 kills, and drops wise, I don't want to say surprised, but they were okay. You know, they were just mediocre drops. The big drops that people are going for at the moment, obviously, are the light frame, heavy frame, ballista limbs, monkey tails, ballista springs, and Zenyte shards. However, I think only like 2 of those are actually worth something. I think the heavy frame and the Zenyte shard are the only things actually worth getting at the moment. The other smaller things, even though they started off at a high price, are currently very, very cheap. So the best drop I actually got was a light frame, and when I price checked it, it was 9.5 mil, and I was just like, let's go. All right, I went straight to Grand Exchange to try to sell it, and I sold it for like 212k. So RIP, man. So at the moment, like I said, I think the Zenyte shard and the heavy frame are the expensive ones, and I'm not sure even what those are going for. But unfortunately, the things like the spring, the tail, the limbs, and it's just not really worth it at the moment. They do, however, drop some Dragon Javelin tips, I believe is what they're called, and Dragon Javelin heads, and I thought those were extremely expensive as well. I actually got 2 drops of those in my first like 35 kills, but they've actually gone down in price as well. So even though they price check at like 700-800k for a drop, they're actually only like 100-200k, obviously because everybody's camping them right now and prices are going down. So I'm sure they potentially may rise in the future again, but it's just that sort of release hype where everything's expensive at first and then just totally drops because nobody wants to buy them anymore. But I killed 100 of them, and I just want to show you guys what I got. I may go back if prices rise again, but at the moment I don't think they're really worth doing. Maybe for a Slayer task, yeah, but at the moment, it's not like they're really profitable. You can just go to Wyverns, which are extremely easy to kill and make a lot more money. So money-wise, they're okay, unless you're, I guess, going for the big drops. So here we have the final loot of 100 kills, which puts me at 3.8 million. I was like, okay, that's okay. This took like 3-4 hours worth of work. You know, I was just getting used to them, so it wasn't too bad. And I was pretty happy with it. But at the moment, like I said, the light frame sold for a lot cheaper, and then also the Dragon Javelin heads and the Rune Javelin heads sold for a lot cheaper. So even though the price check is at 3.8 mil, you guys will see me finishing up selling everything here. At the moment, the drops are crashing a little bit because they're being camped so heavily, but the final price check or the final loot from everything was about 2.6 million. So that's basically an average of 26k per Demonic Gorilla, which, again, that's not too bad. It's nice getting the rune drops. You pretty much get your supplies back in a kill, I guess you put it like that. If you're averaging out how many sharks and prayer potions you sip and eat per kill, I guess it averages out. But they're, again, drops wise, it's really nothing special. It's not like everybody should be going there immediately because they're incredible money at the moment. It's not like a new Zulrah or a new Wyverns. It really just depends on, I guess, if the player likes doing it. The whole prayer switching thing is really unique. I personally think their drop table should be buffed, if anything. They have a really large drop table, I'd say, but at the moment, I mean, these things are 4 or 5 times harder to kill than Wyverns, and their drop table isn't even close to as good. So personally, I'd like to see their drop table buffed a little bit, but maybe things are just low at the moment because everybody's camping them. I don't know. That's just what I think. But yeah, if you guys want to see me camp them for a little longer, or you want to see me camp them in the future again, just for maybe not more than like 200 kills this time or something like that, then let me know in the comments, and also let me know it with a like. And if you guys did camp these, or you guys are killing these and you guys got a good drop, make sure to like post a picture of what you sold it for and the price and everything like that. But anyways, guys, thank you for watching. If you have any questions about these things, let me know. They're definitely an interesting boss, and I like the mechanics of them. It works. And yeah, anyways, I'll see you guys sometime this week for the next video, maybe Wednesday or Thursday. I'll surprise you guys. Anyways, thank you all for watching. Hope to see you next time. Have a good one, and peace.